Farley raised animal agency. Can I help you? You need a lamb for the Moses picture? Yeah. Oh, a sacrificial lamb?
We're back, folks, after a long hiatus. Your boy, Skylar, and your other boy, Elliot, are here to drop some truth bombs on you.
That is correct, yeah. All loaded up.
We're gonna red pill, we're gonna black pill, we're gonna blue pill. We're going all out. This is the new era.
All the pills.
Of scumbag. The chains have been broken. Yeah. Proverbially. We have emancipated ourselves from the chains that bound us, and now we are free. We can say whatever we want. We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
We can be whatever we want, Elliot.
That's true.
What do you want to be?
Who do I want to be?
No chains. If you had no chains.
If I had no chains
to bind you,
I would probably be Eren Jaeger. I think I really agree with what he is trying to do. Do you want a real answer? Because a real answer is too much.
It would be too much for this. It would be too much. Audacity cannot handle the levels that would be reached if you were to, convey that information.
That's true. It's one of those answers that's like, I mean, it's just way too long. That, yeah, we'd spend 20 minutes on and then by minute 5 it'd be like, we get it, Elliot. You want to learn a lot of stuff and do a lot of different stuff. That's it, I want to do everything.
But you also want to be good at it. You don't want to just learn stuff. You want to be good at it. I want to
master everything.
And if you aren't good at it immediately, then you just give it up entirely because it's not worth your time.
That's obviously that's not what you were put on this planet to do if you're not immediately fantastic at anything that you do.
We have these short, finite lives. I mean, why waste time doing some bullshit that you aren't immediately good at?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not, immediately good the first time you see math and you start doing math problems, you're not, a master of it, fuck it, what am I ever going to use math for?
Why the fuck you putting numbers or letters in there? That don't make no sense. That's not what math is. Confuses me. It makes me angry.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a letter or any other thing that is not a number or Judeo-Christian symbol for adding numbers together.
Right.
Is the plus sign Judeo-Christian?
That's a good question. It is called a cross.
Where'd they come from? Yeah, it is.
Where did the plus sign come from? Let's investigate. Let's be journalists for this arc of the show. We're gonna deep dive.
The investigative journalism arc.
Yeah, that's
Midwest scumbag.
Yeah, that's why we took last week off. Is because we were deep dive investigative journaling into. Well, I was deep dive investigative journaling into Warhammer, and I'm working on a report, but I have to go undercover, and it's a whole thing. I can't really give away all the details yet because you know how journalism is. It's like spy shit basically, but you have a notepad, and you can put quotation marks around what somebody says, and then tell people that. And then,
I mean, as long as it's in the context.
Right.
Of what they were saying.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know.
You don't just go on the internet and make shit up to stir the pot.
Yeah, I mean, I think all those rules of journalism are kind of, they're more like guidelines, so to speak. That's, it's what we in the investigative journalism crowd call supplanting the truth, bending.
Oh, Okay. I mean, that's a bit different than what I do. I just skip the middleman. And I just have ChatGPT do all my
so you're smart.
research and my sources cited. I have them write the articles for me.
I see. So you're a really good investigative journalist. I'm just a novice, honestly. You've been well trained in investigation and journalism.
I know how to type a prompt out, at least.
Oh.
And I know how to, twist that prompt into, whatever I need it to sound like.
Whichever particular political slant you've been paid to slant a story to, right?
Usually both sides.
Yeah, usually.
It's usually both sides. I write for both sides. I'm not afraid to admit that.
It's like the soft serve machine of the chocolate vanilla swirl. You're, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You swirl it up into somebody's cone, and they eat it, and then they realize that it's just empty calories, and nothing is really there, and all of it was a fucking lie spoon-fed to them by somebody who can claim that they know the truth because they are, quote-unquote investigative journalists. Like, I don't think you need a degree. I don't know what it takes to be an investigative journalist yet, so... Like I said, I'm still a novice. And that's what I'm going to do with this podcast, though, is turn it into my own journalism platform.
We're going to investigate and we're going to journal about it. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. I am pretty good at journaling, so I imagine the investigation part is all I really need to learn, and that's what you watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit a couple times, and you pretty much what investigation is, because that's what he was.
I mean, right? That's investigation 101 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You would have never guessed. It was the weird looking fucking evil guy, very obviously evil. The guy that was trying to build his highway or whatever the fuck it was, a freeway across the Toontown. Because fuck them tunes,
What have they even contributed to society? Yeah, they're not working hard. They're hardly working.
For the longest time, because I saw that movie when I was really young, I thought patty cake was just patty cake. I didn't know it was, I'm sure a lot of people have come to this realization, but it's a euphemism for sex. She was, she was cheating on old Roger with that film producer.
Right. And he walks in and they're playing patty cake.
And they got the photos, right? They got photos of her playing patty cake.
Oh. I think the last time I watched that movie, it was still on VHS. So...
Yeah, it's that old. We're that old now, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was an old VHS then, so,
it was, yeah. What that came out in, the 80s, 70s, 80s?
Yeah, I want to say probably the 80s. It's the dude who played Mario, played, the dude, Bob Hoskins. Bob
Hoskins.
Yeah. He was the inspector guy. Whose name I don't know. I don't even know if he was an inspector. The main guy, the human guy, not the cartoons.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously, my deep well of Who Framed Roger Rabbit knowledge has run out.
I mean, people who know that movie, they know they know the patty cake. And they know the villain unmasking himself, and it's that super terrible scene where he dumps the shoe into the goo.
Yes, yeah, that's so sad.
And it dies. It literally dies. It doesn't come back. That was him killing. It was acetone. It was acetone that he was dumping them in.
What are the ingredients of acetone?
Ass and tone.
I didn't know. I thought since you did chemistry stuff at one point that you remembered all the chemicals.
I mean, I know it's paint remover.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. Sorry, my vape pen for the usage of recreational things has died, and I was trying to plug it in. What were we talking about? Patty cake or something? What?
Yeah, patty cake.
Oh, we're investigative journalists now. So
That's right, yeah. And you're Eren Jaeger.
yeah, and I'm Eren Jaeger.
So you're a Nazi.
Yeah. I'm not,
Literal
not a
Nazi.
We make this joke a lot on the show. I'm not a Nazi.
It's a callback. It's a callback to season 1. Midwest Scumbag. Check it out.
That's right. Have a listen.
That's the area where we didn't have thumbnails.
Yeah. The good old days when the audio
we
was
had one
shit.
thumbnail. Oh, those were the good old days. Oh, yeah.
Back when I was, like, really drunk. A lot for the show. Like, a lot more than normal. But, what were we... Oh, yeah. We have to talk about Attack on Titan. Because it's coming out. This is a big anime episode, ladies and gentlemen. So, buckle in. Buckle up. Or if you're like, oh, fucking weeb shit, like, this is probably your chance to check out now. Like, hit stop. It's 11 something. Go to bed.
Yeah, if you didn't check out, I mean, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Kudos. I mean, good job for keeping up with this. But yeah, we're going to talk about Attack on Titan, which I'm sure we did way back when, too. I just don't remember what episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or episodes.
You know, I think it was one that we were planning on, like, we were like, okay, once it's done, we'll have a whole episode about it. But then, like, it ended in a way that, like, I didn't realize it ended, and I was just like, oh, and I was kind of pissed that there was more. And it's, you know,
well, it's because
final...
it's been season 4 since 2020. Yeah. Like, season 4 aired in, like, during COVID, I believe. And it was like, oh, here's season 4, but it's season 4 part 1. Yeah, and then season 4 part 2 came out. And what? Now we're at season 4 part 3 part 1 or something like that.
It's like the final chapters, part 1, the beginning of the end or some shit like that. It's you know, it's Kingdom Hearts shit, where it's final chapter, prologue, end, final, the last, remix, dubs.
Yeah, this hour-long thing that we got was like just a little treat.
Yeah, little teaser.
I'm surprised that it didn't go to theaters. I thought the last
one.
Know, it's only like...
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe it's good that it didn't go to theater.
I would have paid to see that in theaters as opposed to the Demon Slayer quote-unquote movie that came to theaters.
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm so fucking pissed about that. If you didn't know by now, and you're at home thinking, oh, you know, I like Demon Slayer, I'm gonna go watch the new movie, and I can, you know, the movie will kick off the new arc, and it was like, that's how it was advertised, at least. But no, they fucking... They played the last 2 episodes of the last season, and then, like, the first bullshit filler, oh, look, the town that you're in now is the Swordsmith town, and there's a hot springs, and, you know, this is the area it's gonna be in, and, hey, you're recovering from that big fight you just had last season. Wasn't that a crazy fight? Remember that? And, you know, that it was like that. You know,
oh, man.
And that's what they released in theaters as, like, the new movie, and then, yeah, I'm fucking pissed. Yeah.
I would be upset too. That sucks.
Yeah, I now am never ever gonna like go to an anime movie in the movie theaters ever again. They destroyed my trust. They ruined it for everyone ever again. Unless it's like,
I mean, you could still go watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that, at least you're getting fucked over when you go and watch the movies. But you just kind of agree.
Yeah, I just, like, don't call it a new movie if you're not actually going to put out a movie, you know? That's some bullshit, honestly. And the people who make Demon Slayer, they should be hunted down and tickled until they piss their pants in front of all their friends, and all their friends laugh at them because they piss their pants, and that's how humiliated that I felt in the movie theater.
Dark.
Having paid $30 to see
I was gonna say, you probably paid like $20-$50 for that ticket. Just to watch 2 episodes of Demon Slayer and then a little teaser.
Yeah. Like, I'm really glad. I thought about it beforehand because I was like, oh, I better watch the last 2 episodes of last season to catch up, and then I'll know what's going on during the movie. But I didn't, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to remember everything that happened. But no, luckily, yeah, you could just rewatch the episodes that you already watched months ago. Yeah. In a movie theater.
That is like the exact opposite of how Attack on Titan handled it, because I had to go back and watch the episodes, like everything from whatever season 4 part 2. I pretty much rewatched the whole season because I started watching the whatever thing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then after I realized what was going on, I was like, I better go back and remember everything, because nothing makes sense right now.
No, of course not. They should have put that in theaters, and
Yeah, it's so weird they didn't, because that was like movie quality too. Yeah. I mean, some of the animations, that fucking scene with Hanji going all out,
man,
was amazing.
She went out like a true OG. I was like, god damn, dude, that was brutal. You see, just a sea of like colossal titans. Just, oh my god, man.
Yeah, just how hopeless the situation is. Plus, Sasha came back for that episode, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Even though it was bittersweet. But, they had one night of fun with all those minority people. The like gypsies or whatever they were. And then Eren cried. He'd like, that was really, I'm laughing, but it's like, it was super emotional when he was like crying to that kid, because he knew what was gonna happen. He knew that kid was gonna fucking like turn into goo. He was
gonna get fucking
he saw it
sideways, dude. Ugh.
I was surprised that didn't get censored.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
I thought about that, in a selfish way. I was like, man, if I were in that situation, I could outrun those guys. And then I was like, no, they're...
I thought that too, but I was like... the last episode, but or a couple episodes before that, it was like they were just finally getting to the last of them in, on Paradise.
Yeah.
And they were finally, they're all gone. That was like days worth. Like, could you outrun, I thought that too. I could just, run between them. But those things were going on for, it would be like dodging it for 72 hours straight. Yeah. There's no way you could do that. That is a... Yeah. That is a world-ending event.
They're just so tall. Like, their strides are, hundreds of feet per step.
They're as big as the Colossal, I think.
I think so.
It's like a ton of Colossal Titans, plus all the steam they give off.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing.
Yeah. Because it'll open your pores up real big, and,
It sure does. They don't have any skin. Yeah. They're just like muscle.
That would suck, dude. I bet it hurts. I bet they're in agony walking around. Like that...
Oh, I thought you meant it hurts to die.
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, yeah.
That would probably hurt. That would probably be really painful.
It'd probably be terrible. Like, especially...
There's probably 1 second of the most intense pain you could possibly imagine.
Like...
And then death.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just the thought of being squished sideways into... I'd rather be squished, face, face into the ground squished, I get... No.
Isn't that how he died? Was his face
Well,
into
he
the
was,
ground?
sideways. He was, on his side. Looking at his brother,
'cause he saw
reaching
his
out,
yeah.
and so his, shoulder, it was, his left shoulder to the air is where the giant, unstoppable mass of flesh foot, squished his little child body.
Definitely not how I'd want to go out.
Oh my god, dude. Ugh.
Yeah. It was first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Were brutal. It was absolutely brutal.
Hardcore.
Watch it, if you made it this far in the episode, go and watch it right now. It's insane.
Yeah. Whew. Just thinking about it. Just thinking about getting squished. That sucks, dude. That's it's terrible. But, we all have to go some way. And I guess being squished, it's, that would be horrible for a second. And then, your brain can't process anything else. And then,
Yeah, I mean, it would process that pain pretty quick, but then it'd be over in, a second. Yeah. I like to hope, at least.
And then you wake up and you're the Titan. And you just squished your own body. Wouldn't that be crazy if that's how reincarnation worked? That, whoever touched you in last, when you die, your soul, you take over their body. Is that necromancy?
Oh, that would be terrible. I just think of, just a really old grandmother dying on her deathbed. And she's like, oh, let me hold the baby. Let me hold the baby one last time. That's some witchcraft shit.
Yeah, whoops. Did I just stumble upon the secret of immortality?
Maybe. But no, to answer your question, no, I absolutely would not want that.
No, that would suck.
Terrible.
Yeah, that would be terrible. It'd be awful. I just, it occurred to me. It was just a thought. If you're just actually a ghost possessing this body, and then once this body dies, you just go on to possess the next closest body over and over.
Until you possess the president's body.
Yeah, you possess your way up the social hierarchy. You possess your way through victimhood to the most powerful person.
Yeah, you would have to every time you would possess someone, you'd have to achieve one of their almost nigh unreachable goals before you could possess the next person up the chain.
Is this Quantum Leap? Is that the show Quantum Leap?
Is that what that is?
That's what Quantum Leap is.
God damn it.
Dude, everything's been fucking made already. This sucks. Everybody's done a podcast where they talk shit, and just pitch ideas, but they're already Scott Bakula shows. It's another Scott Bakula show.
He was in that animated film with the singing cats.
Aristocats?
No.
Cats?
Cat dance.
Cat dance.
No, not cat dance. It's like Cats Can't Dance or something. I'm not crazy. This existed. I watched it recently.
Not like Oliver and Company, right?
No, it's not Oliver and Company.
Cats Can Dance? What the fuck?
God, that's not
what
right.
Are you talking about? What happens in the movie?
Okay, so in the movie, Scott Bakula is this cat from the Midwest. He's from a nowhere town, and he decides he's gonna go strike it rich in Hollywood.
Okay.
But when he gets to Hollywood, he realizes that his, down home, wholesome demeanor isn't, like Hollywood is cutthroat.
Ah, okay.
This movie, I'm gonna link it to you in Discord right now.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the gist of the movie. And it's Scott Bakula that does the voice of the main cat.
So the story is to give up your Midwest ways. Oh, you know what? Okay. I do remember part of that. I know I've seen it. I've seen it once.
I don't know. I don't think it's Don Bluth, but it was in that same like era. It's that same kind of film that like Pebble and the Penguin or A Troll in Central Park. It's not Don Bluth, but it's Don Bluth-esque.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but...
You've never seen Pebble and the Penguin? I figured
haven't.
you, of all
I
people,
know.
would have seen Pebble and the
As
Penguin.
gay as I am for penguins, you'd think I'd seen, like, every penguin media, but no. I've only seen, like, Happy Feet, like, 10,000 times, and...
This also might be the same person that did All Dogs Go to Heaven. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's, like, in that same vein, except not as Jesus-y.
I see. It was more. But
yeah, Cats Don't Dance. Scott Bakula.
Okay.
It's like one of his first roles.
Nice. That's cool. Oh, NCIS New Orleans. I haven't seen that, but I guess he's on that. Wait, what? He attended the University of Kansas? What the fuck? I didn't know Scott Bakula was like a Midwest boy. Holy shit.
Oh, he's a Midwest scumbag. Scott Bakula.
Born in St. Louis, Missouri. Wow. Wow, huge ups to Scott Bakula. Welcome on the show anytime. You beat the criteria. Wow. I had no idea that he just came to... Why did he come to mind?
I don't...
Because we made Quantum Leap.
He hasn't done any...
That's why.
Did he do Quantum Leap?
Yeah, he was Quantum Leap. He was a... Yeah.
I was like... Because I thought of that movie. I was like, Scott Bakula, what has he done? He really hasn't done a whole lot.
He did the one Star Trek show that, like, was absolutely terrible. Enterprise.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard that one was bad. Nobody ever talks about it. I don't know who any of the cast is. I'm just going through the... Like, this is now Wikipedia. We're reading Wikipedia show.
Okay. But yeah, okay. Cats Don't Dance. I'm not crazy. I don't know how we got on that tangent.
It was good.
If that movie exists, it's pretty good.
Nice.
You know, it's a musical.
Yeah. What
like...
was that? What did that have to do with investigative journalism? You had to track down. Okay, you had to track down that movie to prove that it existed.
Oh yeah, it was Quantum Leap,
Oh,
and we were doing the Quantum Leap thing where it was.
Oh, because I had some existential death,
somebody.
fear, dread that I shared. That's right. Yeah. Never mind.
Yes.
That's why. Because your boy's been dabbling in necromancy yet again, and
necromantic scumbags.
Yeah. How cool would that be to have it to just do like the Wiccan witch girl thing, but be into necromancy?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
like make
cool.
your Instagram all about here's my altar, and here are the cuts in my arm that I use for my blood sacrifices. And, like, here's the grave of your grandma that I robbed.
How to properly sacrifice a rooster.
Mm-hmm.
You do the whole thing live. It'd be a TikTok.
Dude.
We'd have to do TikToks.
We would have to. We'd have to do TikToks.
And we'd have to have that. We'd have to have some dumb song playing in the background, but not like a song. It would be a song, but it'd be a remix of that song that's just like sped up and the pitch is shifted upwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can avoid copyright shit. Because that's how TikTok gets away with it, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. I think they bought, like, if I remember right, there was some website before TikTok, and then TikTok absorbed that website, and that website had, like, a ton of rights to music.
Is it musical.ly?
Musical.ly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musical.ly.
I remember somebody talking about it when TikTok first kicked off, and they were just like, it's just Musical.ly with a new skin, but...
Wrong.
I guess...
It's much worse.
Mm. Did you use Musical.ly?
No. It's probably the same.
Yeah, it's probably.
But, now it's snowballed into the... Like, every video on every website you look at now has some kind of music playing over it for some gay reason. It's stupid.
It really is, dude. I'm not a big fan of the vertical video. Like, I have a big wide ass phone.
Yes, that too.
A wide ass phone. I can watch some widescreen shit. But no, now it's all vertical.
But it'll be a vertical video, and it'll be of like some dude nailing a rail spike into a railroad track, and it's playing some stupid fucking song over it for no reason whatsoever.
It's just playing like Fortunate Son, like it's a Vietnam thing. But it's not Vietnam, it's just railway working.
Just a bunch of guys fucking tying rail spikes down together.
And some folks born made to wave the flag. And that's playing in the background, yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I guess we'd have to.
Because why would you need that? You don't need that.
Yeah. It's too closely associated with Vietnam now, and you're not mentioning anything about Vietnam in this video. It's just railway shit.
No, fortunately, well, yeah. I mean, that's the go-to song for Vietnam. They wrote that song specifically for Vietnam. Just to be played in attack helicopters that were dropping Agent Orange all over the place.
Man, it sucks that Agent Orange is such a terrible, caustic, horrible chemical that has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. Because it's a very cool name. Like, it would be such a cool, like breakfast drink. Like, Tang. Like, imagine if Tang was named Agent Orange. I would drink the fuck out of Tang.
Yeah.
I would.
Dude, you're totally right.
It's awesome.
Agent Orange is a fucking great name for orange juice.
It's such a cool name for, orange juice. The orange juice lobby really missed out.
Yeah, they didn't miss out so much as they were, fucked over. It's somebody somewhere in, the late 70s when they were marketing orange juice, they were like, God, Agent Orange would be such a fucking great name, but all our vets are dying from it now.
Oof. I imagine that, at the chemical plant where they made Agent Orange, the bad chemical, and, they're sitting in, a breakfast meeting. For some reason, somebody brought bagels, and, somebody brought, Tang, and they were like, they had the Tang, and they were like, God damn, this is some great orange juice. What do you call it, son? And he was like, it's my homemade invention. I call it Agent Orange. And they're like, that's a fantastic name. We're taking that for this chemical that, burns people to death. And
yeah, we're going to use it we're going to take that name, and we're going to use it to kill people, lots of people. And,
that's just the story.
A bunch of forest and wildlife.
Yeah, that's the story of
that poor guy, old Dr. Sunny D.
Dr. Sunny D. He went on to, to be very rich and famous, of course, but, not
as rich and as famous as he could be.
he I think that was his final regret on his deathbed was I wish that the government hadn't stolen the name Agent Orange from me because I've never been happy about Sunny Delight. And turns out it was, it was an assassination attempt, and Tang was involved somehow. I don't know, maybe his neighbor, or not his neighbor, his childhood best friend, the guy
John Tang,
and he developed an an orange drink alongside his childhood friend / rival Pokemon style, and he made Sunny D with the original name of Agent Orange, and his friend made Tang.
Johnny Tang made Tang. Tang Industries.
Yeah. They ordered the hit on the Primark of Sunny Delight.
Yeah. There we go.
There's just this whole war that develops because of orange-flavored beverages. I'm really thirsty now, dude. I fucking love all those drinks. Sunny D, Tang, Agent Orange. I'll drink them all. I don't care.
I like Purple Tang the best.
Purple Tang? Is that a thing?
It's grape. Grape Tang.
I didn't know they made grape Tang.
I don't know if they do.
Oh, so you're a liar. I thought you were an
I am a
investigative journalist, Skylar.
I was just investigating you to make sure that you that our stories lined up.
I see. You were pulling the classic.
There was never Tang. There was never any Tang at all.
Listen, I've been researching this for over 35 minutes now. I've been an investigative journalist on the trail of this story. And if you're going to try to feed me some grade 1 journalism class BS, like pretending, like gaslighting, this is one of the techniques of investigative journalism.
It's gaslighting. It is.
You can't. I'm immune to that. I can't be gaslit now, dude. I took too many investigative journalism classes.
I'm not immune to being gaslit. I don't think being gaslit is a thing.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. You're right about that. Gaslighting is not real. Wink, audience. Am I right, guys? Don't tell Skylar. Anyway,
Well, as part of my investigative journalism discovery, I infiltrated a cartel that dealt in the orange trade.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you. You think the cocaine heroin trade is bloody, and those people care a lot about them oranges, man. They will cut off your fucking foot if you don't harvest enough oranges.
The dark underbelly of the citrus black market. Ooh.
Yes.
You can have that.
It's
You can have
terrible.
that title, dude. I know that's like half the work of investigative journaling is making up a snappy title.
Oh, yeah, clickbait.
But you can have that one. You can twist it however you want, I'm sure.
No one wants to read about, people being beheaded, but they'll read about top 10 fails in the cartel.
That's a smart way to pass off like real news to get the attention of these clickbait starved, addled, stricken minds of the regular non-investigative journalism public.
Yeah. They don't want to know, that some dude got his face skinned off, but they do want to know who the hottest executioner is
Yep.
for the Colombian cartel.
That's a good article, dude. You should, you should publish that one. Send me the proof, and I'll, proofread or something. We do that as investigative journalists. I don't know how long this shtick is gonna go on for. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any really cute criminals.
Yeah.
That would be another article. I would definitely write the the top 10 cutest war criminals of the the past century.
Yeah. You write a cool article about Bin Laden's stuffy collection, and
And all the emulated PS2 games he had on his hard drive. He's probably one of the only people that ever bought an EyeToy. And he tried for the PS2. That's a deep cut.
Oh, the camera, right?
Yeah, it had 5 games on it. There was that ninja game. And there was one where you pop a bunch of bubbles. It was very basic. It was like a 240p webcam.
But yeah, Bin Laden totally.
Yeah, Bin Laden, he was all into it. He was super into it.
Like he had the high score on the ninja one.
Yeah, the one where you have to swat the ninjas out of the
Yeah.
way. That was his favorite.
Like he's really good at it. He enters like a karate tournament because he thinks that he's so good at fighting ninjas that it has to, like, those skills have to translate into the real world. But that's when the SEAL team snuck in, because that was really the operation. It wasn't like it wasn't like a midnight, sneak in raid. It was they set up a karate tournament and enticed Bin Laden to enter. And when he entered, I'm stealing this from somebody. I've heard this before somewhere, I'm sure.
All I could think of SEAL Team 6, I was just thinking SEAL Team 6, it was, there was Donald Trump and Barack Obama. It was SEAL Team 6 was just comprised of all the like presidents and ex-presidents at the time.
It's Barack and
so even like Bush and Bush Sr. were there.
Jimmy Carter,
but they're all
barely hanging.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter was definitely there. Yeah. Absolutely. He had to put his peanut farm back up on the market to take up his presidential duty one last time.
Yeah, he was the guy who, like, he tied his hair back in the bandana and he was like, "Let's do this, boys." And then he pulled the knife from the sheath and, like, licked the blade to show how hardcore he was. That's Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter was the one that kicked his corpse out of the helicopter over
out
open
of the water. Yeah, to give him the ocean burial.
Yeah, I mean, Barack and Trump were like, "No, we have to take this man back to HQ. We need an autopsy." And Jimmy Carter just kicked his corpse out and laughed.
Because he's a bad boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The renegade of the group, Jimmy Carter.
Bush and Bush Sr., of course, they were too cucked to care. They didn't care.
They were busy kissing each other and doing skull and bones dances with each other and shit. So
that was how that raid happened.
Just imagine him.
That's the truth. They don't want you
to know. The helicopter, like, spinning on his body as it flies down. And they're like, "No, Jimmy, what are you doing, man?"
He's ending this war once and for all.
I never respected his life. Yeah.
Taliban this. Kicks him out.
Yep.
And that's why we don't have... That's why we never recovered Osama bin Laden's corpse.
Man, can you imagine if we'd recovered, like, the secret implant that they put in his brain to make him super smart and good at terrorism? He was good at terrorism, right? Like, he was the best at terrorism.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's how you could describe Osama bin Laden. He was good at it.
That's why he got
It was only because the CIA made him good at it, but...
Oh, okay. How was the CIA involved? Were they the ones who put the chip in his brain?
I mean, they were the ones that helped him overthrow that other guy before him.
Yeah.
Fidel Castro. No, that's not his name. Saddam Hussein.
Was Saddam before Osama?
Yes. Yeah, because that was the whole thing. The CIA helped Osama overthrow Saddam, and
but then
at least that's how I understand
it.
Didn't
get Saddam
and put
years,
Osama
right?
in power. Well, because there was that whole, I remember the whole, like, they pulled down Saddam's statue.
Oh yeah,
that was a big thing. I remember
that was like in the late 90s,
happening
right?
after.
Yeah, It happened before I realized what it was. Okay, that makes sense. And then Saddam just, like, hung out for a few years until they got him, right? Or did...
I mean, Saddam was bad, but I think he was also trying to unify the Middle East, and that wasn't in America's interest.
Yeah. We can't let that happen. they're gonna be.
We're going back to our truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is the true war crime podcast.
Yeah, dude. We're still investigative journalists. That's why we're diving deep into
And
war.
we investigate war crimes.
War crimes.
Even our own sovereign nations.
Yeah. Especially our own sovereign nations, because, our own sovereign nations are the ones who are doing a lot of war crimes. Allegedly. I wouldn't say that anything bad about America ever. But,
Would you defect?
No. Actually, I don't know.
Would you say that? Would you say the truth on this podcast? This true war crime investigative journalism podcast? Would you say for the audience if you would or would not defect?
It's a really, that's a situational question. Like, if the country I'm defecting to is cool, then, maybe, but like, I'd like to...
Okay, it's not cool, but they're giving you a lot of money.
But so I could live a cool life. Even if nobody else is living a cool life.
It's like Mauritania or something, but somehow they found, they discovered that they had, the crown jewels, like the other half of them that are missing. And they were like, okay, we're going to give you this. This is worth a couple billion.
Yeah, USD.
But you also have information.
Oh,
you have something that could help destabilize the United States.
See, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't try to be a bad boy spy. Like, I would want to look like a bad boy spy, but still be a good boy spy.
Triple agent.
Yeah. But then it would be like, I would fake defect to that country, give them bad info. But by the time they realize it's bad info,
you already have the crown jewels. You're out of there. I have
the crown jewels, and I'm hopping onto an attack helicopter. And
I was gonna say it's your sweet Lamborghini, but as soon as you drive it into the water, it turns into a boat.
Okay, yeah. Fortunate Son can still be playing.
Yes, obviously.
We have to license that song. That's a big part of the movie expenses these days, is licensing Fortunate Son. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah. The crown jewels, I escape, and then I go back to America, and they're like, oh, but, you defected in the public face, so, we have to give you a new face. And that's when they bring in, Nicolas Cage, and they have to surgically cut off his face and put it onto my face.
Oh, okay.
And then I live the rest of my life as Nick Cage, and then he gets facial reconstruction surgery to also look like Nick Cage again. So then there's a double Nick Cage situation, and then it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And I can spin it off into an Amazon series.
Instead of you having an extra clone, you become the clone, but you're the real one.
Yeah, but they use, because digital technology is so good these days. They're like, hey Nick, we can cut off your face and give it to this guy. He's gonna become your clone, and then we're gonna we're gonna 3D print you a new Nicolas Cage face that is better than your old one, and you don't have to get plastic surgery to try to look not like a demon. You can just look like, you're 20 years younger. And he's like, oh, I'll do it. I don't know how to do a Nick Cage impression, but imagine Nick Cage.
Nobody does. Nobody can replicate that, man.
Yeah.
Damn you if you try.
And that's the real moral of the story, is that you can't replicate Nick Cage. Even if you are a facial clone of Nicolas Cage, you can't replicate him. But then...
I would defect.
Yeah,
I would
you would
defect
d- oh,
immediately. And I
okay.
would bring a nuke with me. They wouldn't even have to ask. I would just bring it.
Just like, yep.
I mean, if I'm already that far up the hierarchy, because I'm also a ghost that worked my way up,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a ghost. I'm also the spirit of like an aborted
Like
child.
a ghost. I was thinking like Call of Duty Ghost, like double Black Ops, top tier.
No, no.
but
I'm an
an
actual
actual
ghost that has
ghost.
possessed. This is Quantum Leap. We're back to Quantum Leap. I've possessed
okay.
my way up the hierarchy to become a spy, to become a double agent, to become a triple agent. Because I would give him a dummy nuke. I would give him like a fake nuke. I'd put
Damn,
like
so
Black Cat firecrackers in it or something, and they would think it. It's Mauritania.
Mm-hmm.
It's some.
I don't know what you said
just,
that twice now, and I don't know what it means. Mauritania.
It's a war-torn country in Africa.
Oh shit, that's a real country. Wow,
It is.
I have no idea what the world is. I'm sorry, Mauritania. Shout out if you're listening.
It's one of those places that if you like look up if you're like trying to fly there, you get a thing that says you should fill out your will and also next of kin
man.
because if you go there you will die without armed escorts.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, Africa's fucked.
Man.
Like, no offense to my African homies,
Yeah.
but that whole middle section there is a mess.
Sounds like it. That's such a cool name, though. Mauritania. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's like the name of a beautiful, dark paladin female warrior of like the Middle Ages, Mauritania. The
Fettered.
Yeah, there we
The
go.
unfettered.
That's a good name. That's good. And she's like, I'm unfettered, and that's that's her catchphrase.
It's fetter in time.
Man, Mauritania. Yeah. Okay. Damn. War sucks,
Yeah.
dude. I'm still in the camp that war is no good. I'll firmly say that as a newly political investigative journalism podcast that I think war is bad.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. War is not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it.
That's I agree.
That's all it needs to be
It
said.
really is. We'll have
This is an anti-war podcast.
We've been anti-war since the beginning. Go back and listen to our old episodes. They're not bad at all. They're not bad quality.
No, they're good.
We've always been good at podcasting. That's why we're still doing it. We haven't given up.
You'll understand the lore better if you start from episode 1 and go up to now, because we've been totally consistent with it.
Yeah.
We followed through with all of our plans at the beginning.
100% of everything that I've said. Honestly, I don't even remember most of it to be 100% real. Like
I miss Truth Island.
Truth Island was a good time. Maybe we should make a trip back to Truth Island at some point when we have some truth bombs to drop from our investigative journalism.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Truth Island than like War Island.
Yeah, War Island doesn't sound very good.
I think that was a joke I made, except I didn't use the word war. I used something else.
Oh yeah,
It was another kind of island that you wouldn't want to go to.
Don't.
Regardless of your sex or gender.
That is correct. It's not a good time island.
But you have to go back and listen to that episode to figure out what island that is. Because we're not going to say it here. We're above that now.
We hammered it pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Oh man, but until then.
But you're gonna have to find what episode it is, because we're not gonna tell you. That's not our job. It's not our job to educate you. You can't put that burden on us.
Yeah. You know what is our job? Investigative journaling, and that's what we're gonna do.
That's a cross I'll bear. I'll bear it brightly.
Bear. There's got to be something. Bear. Oh, dude. Cocaine Bear. I went and saw that movie. That movie fucking was awesome. It was so good.
Just the name alone sounded great.
Awesome. It was really fun.
Was it just one of those movies that's like, I know going into it, you're like, I know this is gonna be like bullshit, but
yeah, like
I'm gonna have a good time.
Like it's quote unquote based on a true story, just because it's like there was, I don't know, some cartel that dropped a bag from a plane and a bear got into it and like ate a bunch of cocaine and died.
And it immediately died.
Yeah, it's like its heart exploded or something. But like, you know, that part, just that sentence, you know, a bear ate cocaine, like that part is true. So you can put that tag on the
Cocaine Bear that we talked about it at least a little bit.
It's good. It was a good movie.
Make sure to put Scott Bakula in the tags too.
Yeah.
I really want to get him. We need to throw him a shout out on Twitter and get him on the show. I really want his expose on Cats Don't Dance.
Dude, yeah, because I've seen bits and pieces. I know I've seen that cover too, but like I could not tell you any details.
That movie may have awakened something in me a long time ago. Like I think it's, you know, all those animation studios in the 90s and early 2000s, it's their fault because they anthropomorphized animals and they made them sexy. Well, they didn't make them intentionally sexy. Okay, like out myself as a furry on this episode. but all you have to do is look at oh god. What the fuck is that? Something tails. Spin tails?
DuckTales?
No. The one with the fucking, like, gerbils. And they had the one, and she was like Ratchet was her name.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Tailspin?
It's gonna...
Tailspin?
What?
Tailspin? Is that it?
Tailspin,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one episode of that. Because it had Baloo from Jungle Book, right?
Yeah, he was the pilot.
Nice.
But there was that, and then there was Lola Bunny.
Mm-hmm. From Space Jam?
Of course.
Yes. I mean...
Cats Don't Dance. I mean, I had the sexy white cat.
That's cool. What else about the cat is sexy? You don't have to answer that. I'm kidding. We can... You can...
Her voice actress is pretty hot,
really?
or was. I don't know what she looks like now, but...
Probably beautiful, because all women are beautiful.
Probably beautiful.
Dude. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yesterday was International Women's Day.
Shout out to all women, wherever you may be.
All ladies.
I know there's none around me. That's for sure. So... Yeah, that's cool. So you're a furry. That's tight. But you know, that's just really you're an undercover furry because you're
investigating.
You're investigative journaling about furries right now, and
that's why I put on that fursuit and I let myself get railed by a man. I assume what is a man, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But whatever it was, it had a penis. Yeah.
That much is sure.
Because you're undercover. Yeah. You can't write about these kind of groups unless you get in.
I can't investigative journalism.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the word. I can't, investigate journalistically unless, I commit 100%. Yes.
Unless you go balls deep. My pun intended. Pun intended. Yeah. Anyway,
it's pretty easy to do. Just join any Discord server and you'll find them. They're there. Yep. They usually get their own little dedicated channel. Keep them quarantined from the rest of the stock.
Yeah, just stay over in that area, buddy. This is like a Bob the Builder Discord, and the furries can hang out in the.
I make sure
channel.
to like put in my server rules on my Discord that it's Christian. That all we care about is the word of God. The only holes we care about are the ones in J. Christ's palms.
Yeah, that's right, baby. I'm talking stigmata. And the crowd goes wild.
That's right. Because people love that shit. People love God.
Yeah.
People love religion.
Fucking love religion. There's a dude in the mosh pit who's like burning the holes into his hand. Like...
He's like the dude that's always at the Slayer concerts. That carved Slayer in his head, but he always like fucking nails a thing into his palm.
He's just at like a Creed concert.
Those guys get hard. Those are some of those brutal pits.
Oh man. Hell yeah, dude. That's the future. That's... Whew. Well, I think we've journaled out like an hour's worth of
that big clock on my wall that just has a countdown every time I start the show. Yeah, it's already hitting
it's going negative.
Hitting the 60-minute mark.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, thank you everybody for listening if you made it this far. I don't blame you if you didn't. And we have some, reporting to do and things that we'll be making and working on and shit. So I need to get like a hard drive so I can do stuff and we can do more video stuff and yeah, I don't know.
More content to come. More of that sweet Valheim that I know you're all pining for.
All like 3 of the YouTube video.
There's nothing like a fucking Quaalude! I tell you, they were the fucking best! Bring back them fucking Quaaludes! Anyway, think about it! This is the big man, the voice of the people!